Well, g'day, Toots. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. So we're up to number 15 on the question and answer videos. How do you like my latest sign? Forward parking only. All others will be plowed. I kind of like that. Yeah, so we're adding to the signs. I got one more for the next question and answer, and it's a pretty good one too. But I'll show you that next time. So if you got any questions, send them to billqa@yahoo.com, and that's in the description and the thingy there too, in the title. So we got quite a few questions today. Let's see, right from November 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 questions to get through here, so let's get at them. First one is November 5th from Jeffrey. And he says, "Hello, Bill. This is Jeffrey from Hagerstown, me. Oh, my geography's not working too good right now. M-E. That place. Me place. The me place. Anyways, so his question here is, just wondering, how often do you work around the cemetery? Every day. I am in the cemetery working. And sometimes nights too, keeping people out. Honestly. Oh crap, what happened there? There we go, sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's a little more often than I kind of like to, and it's almost like kind of too close to work, if you know what I mean. The other night, actually, we had this is like 11:30 at night. I was just kind of settling into bed there, and I hear, well, of course I got cameras all over the place, and it alerts me and stuff, and the gates were closed like a long time ago. They were closed at 6 p.m. That's what time we close right now. With this COVID stuff, we close at 6, so it was like 11:30. This truck comes up, and like a lot of people come in here and turn around. Well, they stopped out like just past my mailbox, and then I'm watching them on the camera on my phone here, watching, and all of a sudden, like, brake lights are on, headlights are on, all of a sudden all that goes off. I'm like, okay, what's going on here now? And then I hear bang, bang, and then I can see people in the dark walking towards the gate, and I was watching. I figured, okay, they'll turn around and go back. Well, the frickin' guy, it was two young people, the guy jumps over the frickin' gate like a frickin' gazelle, and they're not small gates, they're pretty tall gates. And then just before he's like this to help her over, I'm like, cemetery's closer, you're not going in there. And by that time he had her over, and they started walking, and I'm like, I'm like yelling out, and when they're turned around, probably thought, oh crap, my truck's parked there too, right? Like his truck's parked out front. So then he hopped over to help her over, and then they got in and left again. I'm like, where the freak are you going at 11:30 at night in the cemetery? Come on, really? So yeah, I would have probably done something to his tires. For instance, take out one of, hang on, I gotta get a tool. I would have taken, not ruin it, I wouldn't have wrecked this tire, but I would have probably gone out with my little Schrader valve tool here, and then took the valve core out, and down goes his tire, right? And then you won't have one of those, I bet, to put it back in. So luckily enough, my cousin is a tow truck driver, then I'd be on the horn to him. Come pull this guy out of here, he's got a flat tire. So anyways, that never happened, but my tools aren't usually too far away. So anyways, that's a little rant away from the question. I do apologize. So I work around the cemetery a lot, every day, and even on Saturday sometimes too, and never Sundays. Never Sundays. I had a lady, actually, she wanted to do burials in one of the columbariums back there. Oh gosh, we'd like to do one on blah blah blah. I look it up, it's a Sunday. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So I had to call her back and say, no, we don't do burials on Sunday. She says, well, that's not a very good way to look at or to help your public. I'm like thinking, I'm here 5 freaking days a week, and a Saturday if need be. I'm not doing stuff on a Sunday. Like, screw off, okay? Come on now, give me one bloody day off. So I didn't say that to her, of course, but that's what I'm thinking, you know. I'm like, there's 6 other days you could choose, and you choose a Sunday? That ain't happening. So she picked a Tuesday. So anyways, another rant. Sorry, getting away from it here. Let's let's get to his question here. We're only on question 1 of like 15 or whatever it was. So, can you do a video on filling John Deere tires with liquid? I don't have anything to fill. You just missed it, and he wasn't happy with me filming him do the tire on the 2N, my tire guy that I took it to. So I ended up deleting all that footage because he's like, "Oh, you're not filming me, are you?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's, you know, I'm restoring this tractor. It's kind of part of it." "Oh, no, I'd really rather not, you know." I'm like, okay. So I ended up having to delete that footage, which sucked. But the best way to do it, and how I did it, I haven't really got a tire here to display it to you, but take your Schrader valve out like that little tool I showed you, and they do make a thing that will thread onto, like, you know, where the cap threads onto from those Schrader valves, the little tire valves. Hang on a sec here. Just give me 1 second. I am just looking for, I know I have, yes I do. Give me 1 sec here. One second. So I can at least show you that part. I do have some little Schrader valves. Well, I got a whole kit of them here. A whole kit of them, right? So, okay, so what you want to do, I got my fitting, and I believe it was our TSC, or probably Amazon one, I'm sure. And it's a fitting, if I can get that stupid bag open, it's a fitting that threads onto there. You take the little valve out, pull that out, and this thing threads on like the cap, and on the other end is a garden hose fitting. And that would be a male garden hose fitting. So opposite of one of them. So that's the female you want, the male. It'll have a male. So you'll need that, and then you'll need, depending on your little garden hose, this is how I did mine. And so this would thread onto that fitting that goes to the Schrader valve, and this, say, is your hose. And then I run that hose down, and I have a little 1-inch submersible pump that I don't have a fitting to show you that. But I had it go from like the 1-inch cam lock, you know, the ones where you put it on and then you pull the ears down, that locks it on. It went from that down to like the male garden hose fitting, or whatever hose you're going to use, down to the Schrader valve thing, and then I put the pump into a bucket, and it's electric, so you plug it in, and then I started dumping in windshield washer fluid into the bucket. It's about 4 of those big jugs, and then the pump doesn't put up pressure, so you have to unplug it, and then it kind of bloop, 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 bloop there back through, and then it regulates or loses the air pressure that actually built up a little bit in the tire. And when it's getting fuller and fuller, you have to do that more often. So that's how I did mine, and it worked actually really good. I did all my tires that way, but the tire guy that we just had do new tires on the front of the 110 TLB and the small John Deere, he did it a lot different way. I got all the old stuff sucked out, and then I put it in buckets, and then he just kind of left the one sidewall open and just kind of ladled it all back in. I'm like, okay, I guess that works too. And then he just pumped it up with air, and then that was it. So for some reason though, I got like a lot more stuff out than kind of went in, so I don't understand that, because they're the same thing. I don't know, but anyways, that's how I did mine. Worked good. What we suggest for doing it. So yeah, I just kind of let you know what I suggest for doing it. That fitting though, from the garden hose to the little Schrader valve, which will be probably a male garden hose end to the female Schrader, so it goes on that Schrader valve. Probably Amazon, I'm sure you could get that on there. I got mine at the TSC here in town many years ago now, and yeah, that's how I did mine. It works good. Windshield washer fluid though won't freeze. It's not quite as heavy in the same amount of liquid as like the old calcium was, but calcium will rot out metal pretty quick. So once that perforates, if it gets through that tube and into the steel on the rims, you kiss them goodbye. So a good thing too is with the windshield washer fluid, I don't put any tubes in there at all. It's just straight tires onto the rims, boom, never had a leak. It's been really good. So the windshield washer fluid won't really hurt the rims at all. So he's got a PS here. I haven't been watching for that long, but I enjoy your channel and watch every time a new video comes out. Do more John Deere stuff. John Deere for life. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. See that one there? Johnny Deere, or these ones are pretty good too. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for joining us. Anyways, that's cool that you've come, and you're going to get probably possessed by the number 29, just so you know. Everybody else has. But anyways, thank you, sir, for sending that in. On to the next one. We got to get through these. We've got a lot of questions here. The next one is from Vince. It says, hello, Bill. Hope you had your tires rotated and balanced, your fluids topped up like oil and wiper fluid, coolant and AC stuff. I don't know which vehicle you're talking about, but all my stuff's pretty good usually. Also hope the snow plow has enough fresh oil. Should be good. I've got lots of oil for it, and it's actually going to need a change soon too. And I think the 110 is going to need a hydraulic fluid change too. I'm thinking. Where are we here? Will you do more gas station and plowing videos? Gas station. What are you referring to with gas station? You'll have to let me know in the comments there, bud. And snow plowing videos. I try my best to do plowing videos, but the bloody plow here that comes off the road gets in here kind of before I get going in the morning. Like 5:30, 6 o'clock, wakes me up, and he ends up plowing it all for me. And it's like, then I got nothing to do. And I can't do stuff for you in the cemetery anymore, so. Also, will you do animals and wood soon? So I think he's talking about Farm Sim Saturday. We did some wood there last week, if you caught that one. It was clearing out basically a plot for a big field. So this week I think we're going to try to get it plowed. So hopefully. Yeah, so don't forget to make sure the truck cap locks don't freeze. I've sprayed some of this stuff in them already, and I found this stuff actually seems to work the best. Good old fluid film. It stays in there and stays kind of gooey, and it doesn't really freeze. Keeps the crap out too, which is nice. Also sending a Christmas card soon. Oh yes, that's right. If you guys would like to have a card put on the show, and we'll hang it on the what do you call it here, the string thingy. That's actually a trailer wiring harness wire. We're going to be doing that again soon this year if you felt like sending a card. If not, with the COVID stuff, I totally understand. Don't make yourself don't go out and, you know, make yourself get endangered, we'll say, or get into the dangerous areas and stuff just to send a card. I don't bother. If it's something that's bothering you and you don't want to go out, don't do it. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. I don't mind at all. So anyway, so we'll be doing that soon. I know some people are sending them, but like I say, if you don't want to send one, that's fine. That's just perfectly fine. Don't go out if you don't have to. So thank you, Vince, for sending that. Hopefully that answers your questions. Next one is from Scott. Oh, no. This thing's all messing up on me here. Scott, there we go. It says, hey, Bill. Scott Gulliver here. My Farmall H is a 1942. Having issues with getting a spark from the magneto. Plus, put new plugs and wires. Put a new gas line. And now I believe we have to rebuild the magneto. Probably going to have to rebuild the magneto. It's, yeah, magneto would be, yeah, it's like my AR with the magneto on it. It doesn't have like a points system on it. It's all done by timing from the engine, so when it, click, 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 as it sparks, it fires, boom. So, yeah, if your magneto's weak, it definitely is going to give you a problem. Definitely going to give you a problem with getting a good hot spark there. So, if you have someone that can do it for you, that'd be good. Or you maybe can buy a new one. It's going to cost you a lot of money, though. I'll just warn you. From Steiner Tractor, they might be able to still supply those. I don't know. You'd have to look it up. So, but yes, I think he asked me about or asked me a question before about that. It says there's one attachment here, but it's not really opening anything. So, anyways, get the magneto checked. It's probably needing recharged. I actually have a guy here that can do it, and he uses I believe it's a DC welder or something he uses to charge it. I don't know how he's done it, but he does it, and he does it with that apparently. So I never had to have them done yet, but I never know. I think the Magneto for the AR was like $800 and something US, so it was expensive. So luckily I don't need one of those. So anyways, yeah, probably wouldn't hurt just to get it serviced anyways, though. Especially if you're waiting in the field and it conks out on you. That would suck. Anyways, hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for sending it in. Next one is from Zachary here. We got to get going on these questions. Woo, we got lots. Hey, Bill, this is Zach from San Diego, California. I wish I was there now. It'd be a lot warmer than here, probably. My question is, what is the knife you carry and what do you carry in your pockets? You always seem to pull out little tools. You got to go prepared. I was never in scouts or anything like that, but I think that being prepared is always good. Somebody, and I can't remember who it was, sent me this Kilimanjaro, and it's like a multi-tool. I love it. It's great. I use it all the time. I can't believe I never had one before this. It's got little pliers and stuff, and it does have cutters in there, but the cutters, you got to really watch what you cut. If you cut something too hard, it'll actually bend it over, but it works good for the pliers. I've used them quite a bit. What else does it have? It's got, of course, a knife. It's got the little Phillips. It's got the little straight and a bottle opener, which I've actually used both of these. We were out to lunch one day and my wife's like, do you want to get one of those orange pop things? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then the guy gives it to us and he's like looking at me. I'm like, it's okay, bud. I got my own opener. Pulled that out, opened it up. It's got a little blade thing. It's got wood chunks on it now because it's got a saw there too. So I use that. Actually, you can see it. I've used it quite a bit. But if you got to, file your nail, you got that. So that's cool. Awesome little tool. I love this thing. Comes with a pouch and it sits on my side. It's heavy, but you don't notice it when you're carrying it around. So what else is in my pocket? Well, my truck key, my 7/16 National Course thread chaser, tap for the 2N that I was working on the other night and I had to chase out some threads. My cemetery keys, that's that pocket's empty. Change, money, change. I don't know if you hear me the odd time. It's like a fidgety thing. I'll put it in my, you can hear the change rattling. Sometimes it's a key, but I don't know. I got skilled with my fingers and I can take like our quarters, which most of them, 25 cents, have like the ridges on it. And then that's a toonie there, like $2 coin. And I'm able to take it and it's just a fidgety thing. I'll put it in, see the quarters there, it's like a magic trick. I'll put it there and then, I don't know why, I've always done this. It's weird, it's like a quirk I got of mine. And I just, in my pocket, I grind the money. I don't know why, I just like the sound of it, maybe like the clicky, snappy stuff, and it's just something to, I don't know, sometimes I don't even notice I'm doing it, but anyways, one of my things. Other pockets, wallet, of course, just full of $100 bills, it's awesome. No, I'm just kidding. Tape measure. Never know when you got to measure something. You wouldn't believe it until you take it with you. My little mighty still, even though I kind of really don't need the little guy because I got the Kilimanjaro one, but it's pretty handy too. As you can see, it's pretty wore down, so gets used quite a bit. I got a lot of junk in my pockets. These are just other keys and stuff, like for the car and the house and stuff, and spare keys for like the office and the travel trailer keys. And that's it for that pocket. Now the back pocket has my little mini adjustable wrench, which I've used this thing so much, it goes up to like a 1/2 inch. And you can't put a lot of torque on that, but I've had to use it a lot for a lot of different things. And of course I've got my, since this COVID thing, my mask that my wife makes me. And I'll put it on and show you that. It works pretty good. Keeps everybody happy. So I go in the store and I'm like this, and then I put these on and it looks even better. And then they get all foggy. It's awesome. Anyway, so that's been having the pain in the arse having to carry that around. And then I got a spare mask. It's actually supposed to go in my truck, but I keep forgetting to put it in there. But it's hang on a sec. It's a funny one. Or this, I go into restaurants. It's my curly fry mask. It's pretty cool. But that's supposed to be in my truck in case I happen to forget my other one, which sometimes happens. And that's it for that pocket, and that's it. That's all I got. I got nothing else. I got nothing else. I got no guns. I got a knife, but I got no guns. So I load the pockets up every day when I change my pants, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, but tell you, that stuff is pretty handy. I used to carry a lighter too, and I'm like, it's not too often I gotta burn something, or you know, you get a fray in like a bootlace or something, and you can heat that up and then melt it, and then it doesn't keep fraying. But that's what I keep in my pockets, stuff like that. A little bit of everything, just you know, in case. And that was his question, I guess. What do you always seem to pull out tools? Hey man, it helps. So instead of going to look, okay, now I gotta go look for a tool, and then I forget what I was doing. Well, I just pull it out and do it. You know, that's my problem. I got all the way in here, I'm like, oh crap, what was it I needed now? Can't remember. And I have to go back and, oh yeah, I needed a screwdriver. Okay, well, I got one with me. So anyways, thank you, sir, for sending that in. Hopefully the weather is nice in San Diego. I'm sure it's a lot better than here. It was nice here. It was really nice, actually, and it's going to get worse. It's supposed to, bottom's falling out of the weather now, so that's going to suck. Anyhow, November 6th from Logan. Says, hey Bill, I'm Logan. I'm from Wisconsin, and my question is, are you allowed to film in the cemetery again? No, I am not, and that'll probably never happen ever again. So just keeping that one short and sweet, but that's the end of it. So that's why we got this shop here. We're doing some stuff, you know. It's been pretty good little shop. We got an air compressor, and I got a big power generator down here. If, you know, we want to power half the freaking county, we can do that, which is pretty awesome. We got a toolbox, we got like a bench grinder over there, we got a furnace. Got a furnace over there, a little bench grinder, see, and then the fan when it gets really hot in here. It's awesome. We got pretty much everything up here, which is really good. I've been happy with it, actually. It's been working good. I hope you have a good day and stay safe. Thank you, sir, and you as well. Hopefully you guys are all staying safe. It's apparently getting worse. Apparently it's pretty bad in Wisconsin right now too. I have a friend there that's telling me that it's he says it's bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. I'm like, geez, if he's saying that it's bad, that's probably really bad then. Anyways, P.S. I subscribe to your channel, and sometimes I will watch your videos. I'm always busy, but I will try to watch your video daily if I can. Have a good day. By the way, how many tractors do you have? I got enough for everybody. I'm just going to tell you that. I'll say tractors of my own. I'm not going to include cemetery tractors. So I've got the 2N, the 8N with a V8, the John Deere AR. I don't know if you consider the zero-turn mower a tractor, but I have a zero-turn mower too there, so I don't know if that's really a tractor, but I guess technically 3 of my own. There's always, you know, potential for more, but there's no room for more. So that's the problem. I can't get more because I don't have any more room. So, but the John Deere AR is kind of one of my favorite tractors all the time. I'd always like to see them in the polls, and even just sitting there in the row of tractors at the tractor shows. That came up on the Facebook marketplace, and I jumped at it. I thought, you know, it was pretty good, and it didn't really need much. It does need just little things here and there, but it's not brand new, so it's going to need some maintenance, right? So, why I got this 2N though, I still don't know. If I knew then how bad it was, I would have definitely told the guy to stuff it. I don't know, still don't know how the thing was running. With, it's supposed to have 15 thousandths on the points gap, and it was like 8. I have no idea how it was running when we got there, but when we got there to look at it, it was already running. I'm like, I don't know, I like that too much. But anyways, I brought it home anyways. We've been working on it. It's made some good videos, right? You guys hopefully been enjoying the repair videos. There's a few more coming up soon. So, but once she's good, we spent quite a bit of money on it getting it good, but it should be a good tractor after that. It's had all the new clutch and needs lots of other parts, all the new steering. I've got the spindles for it. I haven't put them on yet. It's going to need the rear end taken apart on the left side, I think it is, to fix where that link goes. The 3-point hitch link, where it mounts to the tractor. There's like a plate thingy on there, like a cap cover thing. It's got a gasket under it. You can only tighten it from the inside. It's so stupid. It's got to take that whole thing apart to get in there. But it needs a gasket and re-sealed up, and then it should be good, because it's leaking pretty good there now. I don't know, since I've changed the fluid and put it where it should be, the level, it's really leaking good now. So, but anyways, so that's how many tractors I have. And then of course in the cemetery they got the backhoe and the 2032R John Deere. So we got, like I say, enough for everybody, pretty much. But anyways, that was all his question there. So thank you, Logan, for sending that in. And hopefully it answers all your question. Next one is from Tommy Hunt. This is from November 6th. It says, hi, my name is Thomas. I am from the UK. I've been a subscriber for about 4 or 5 years. Love all the things you do, especially fixing equipment. My question is, what are the best tools you have? Oh boy. The best tools I have, I'm going to honestly say, is probably the plasma cutter. Is one of the best tools I think I ever bought. That plasma cutter has made us so many projects, and you guys have watched, and if you haven't, cycle back through, look for some of the backhoe bucket builds and mini X bucket builds and stuff like that. It's amazing. I just love that thing. It was expensive, but it was darn near worth it. Holy cow, it was an awesome tool to buy. And I hope to do some more work with it soon, but we'll have to do that outside in the new bench there, right? But oh yeah, it's I think the best tool that I've got. The next one down would probably be like my cutting torch. A little more dangerous, but it's a good tool too, especially if you just got to heat something, or if you want to cut something, or whatever, right? The next probably best tool I think is a air compressor, because you can run so much stuff off it and cleaning stuff, sandblasting, whatever. It's pretty good tool if you got the tools to go with the tool, we'll say. Yeah, that's probably all I'm going to list on there. Then you're down to hand tools, but wrenches. I think those gear wrenches, the flexible head gear wrenches, they're like pretty awesome. I like them too. So, but anyways, thank you, sir, for sending that in. Hopefully that answers your question. Our next one here is from Christine. Ooh, question and answer. Greetings, Bill from Pennsylvania, long-time subscriber. Hope all is well. I lost my spot here. Hope all is well. Closed our cemetery artificial floral business after 61 years. Holy shnikes, that's a long time. Found that the last 2 years people have not been spending the money to get artificial flowers on graves anymore, and those that have faithfully done so have ended up in cemeteries themselves. So yeah, the older generation, they're the ones that used to buy stuff, and now the younger ones, they don't care about that. I can tell too that I don't care about that. I'm one, for instance. My mom used to get stuff for like my relatives, but more her relatives from way back. I didn't know them, of course. They're long gone when I come around, but her relatives, like her parents and her uncles or whatever, I kind of know where they're buried, but I don't get flowers for them. So that's another thing. I'm one of them too, right? Like, she did a lot for them all. And, we'd go around to like 7 or 8 different graves, some here, some way down in the city where they're buried. And I don't do that. So, that's the way things change, People either move away or they die, and then it just kind of goes with them. So, anyways. The younger generation no longer have the values that we did. No, I understand that for sure, and I'm one of them too, unfortunately. So I don't even take stuff back to like my mom's grave. She died a couple years ago there, and I'm here all the time. I guess maybe it'd be different if I wasn't here all the time, but that's not exactly true. I did get some little lavender bushes. She liked lavender, so I got her some lavender bushes and put on the sides. And honestly, from working in the cemetery here, it's a thing I look at too. It's like people leave this stuff and the person's dead. They're not caring that it's there. So why do you really leave stuff? To me, it doesn't make sense. Why you go spend a bunch of money for someone that's dead that they're never going to know about it anyways? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. But anyways, I fully understand where you're coming from, especially if it was your business too, right? So, and some cemeteries here don't allow that stuff anymore too, so that might be another thing too, like the stone tops. A lot of cemeteries around here don't allow them because they actually damage the stones, believe it or not. When they slide these stone tops down over the stone, those wires can cut through the plastic, and then they rust, and then it bleeds onto the stone. You never get that out again. Once that rusts in that stone, it's not coming out. So it's weird how it stains it. It just soaks right into it. Anyways, my question is, any updates on the Horde House that you showed us a few years back? Boy, which one was that? The one over by that John Deere dealership, maybe. Funny enough, we were by there a month or so ago, maybe, just driving through there, if that's the one. and it was still there. All the hardened stuff was still there and stuff. Pardon me. In behind though, there was a farmer's field, like a big field. And last time we were over there, it looked like it had been all scraped up and marked up for putting in a subdivision. So the poor horde house is going to have lots of friends behind them. So, but yeah, last time we were there, it was all still there. Nothing's changed. Probably nothing ever will until someone dies and they just back in the dumpsters and start throwing it in. But anyways, I mean, I've got a bunch of junk too, all right? But I don't have like a little wee tiny pathway to get into my house, and the stuff's piled like up higher than you are. Like, I don't understand some people why they just don't want to get rid of it, I guess. I don't know, it's a disease, I guess, but it's like, wow, how could you live like that? I don't get it. But anyways, so yeah, it's still there as far as I know, but like it'll be there until someone dies. Or I'm surprised the township hasn't got on them. Yeah, you can't keep all that crap there, you gotta get rid of that, because it does look pretty bad. It's been there for years. So anyways, thanks for allowing me to watch what you do, Christine. P.S. Get the Christmas card string ready. Oh, she's ready. Look up here. Look up here. I don't know if I can get you up high enough. There's the string. And she's an empty string right now. But anyways, thank you, Christine, for sending that in. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, next one here is from Thomas. November 6th. And its subject is 2N. 2N. Hey Bill, I've been watching this for several years and love your welding builds and the repair videos. The reason I'm sending you this message is to you is the trans oil leak on your 2N. If I was a betting man, I would say the vent is plugged. There is a lot of pressure that builds up in the gearbox and will cause it to push oil through the seals and gaskets. Just my 2 cents. Be well and live happy. That is definitely true, but I think there's so many other leaks on that thing. One being the steering column thing. I don't know if a vent would make a big difference, but honestly, you know what? I'm not even sure where the vent is on that tractor. I've never really looked for it. You would kind of think it would be up top somewhere, but does it vent through the cap? I don't know if they think if there's another vent, or you know, where you fill the oil up for the trans. There's a big huge cap right by the shifter. I don't know if they think it'll just kind of any extra air will come out of there. Oh, that's a good question though. I don't honestly know that. I'll have to consult my manual, because I don't actually know if it has a vent. I couldn't see that because it's a fairly big, huge open cavity. That would have to move a lot of air to actually blow that through the seal. But I do believe, just while we're looking at this here, this is the plate that was on there for the Sherman. If I can get her up here and show you. This is the side. Whoa, geez. This is the side. This thing's really heavy. This is the side here that went into the tractor, and then the front of the Sherman mounted on here. I think in behind here, this little spot here, in front of that bearing, I think there's supposed to be a seal there. Seal's on this shaft, and there's no seal in there at all. That's the only thing I can think, that it's just basically come through the back, through the bearing, and there should be a seal there, I think. So now I'm all dirty. I'm pretty sure that there should be a seal there, and there never was, so no wonder it was leaking. But anyways, hopefully the new stuff we put together here now with this new input shaft and that new housing is all good with the new seal in it. So oh man, I'm still dirty. But anyways, it's a good question. But honestly, I don't know if there's a vent on that. But hopefully when we get it all back together and get it running here again, it's all good. But thank you, sir, for sending that in. Hopefully it answers, well, it didn't really answer that question, but next one here is from Ethan, November 6th. Hey Bill, when are you going to shave? I'm not trying to be mean. I can't, because it's Canada and it's freaking cold out here, and it's the only thing that keeps me warm out plowing snow. It needs a trim though, but you wouldn't believe the difference. You leave that on, and wow, it's like you take it off and it's like, holy freaking crap, it's cold out here. So no, I'm probably not gonna shave, I'll just trim it up. But anyways, here's your question. Okay, come on now. Next one, oh come on. Next one is from Brian Rutherford. This is why I keep doing this, because the mustache needs trimmed. And it keeps falling down and it bothers me, so I gotta do that soon. Anyways, hey Bill, this is Brian from New Mexico. Oh, I bet you it's warmer than here. I bet you that's warmer than here. I'm wondering when you might play either Rust or Astroneer again. Well, we've been playing a little bit of Rust, kind of one video a week kind of thing. Astroneer, I think I'd have to really sit down and figure out Astroneer again, because they've changed a lot of things. I was on it for like, about an hour there, about 3 or 4 months ago, and I'm like, holy crap, everything's different again. I gotta figure out everything again. I'm like, I don't know. Didn't really have the ambition to play it, I guess, so I never really got back into it. But Rust I play a fair bit. Let me know and I'll play online with you. Can you give me the server name that you're on right now for Rust? I am playing on, what is it called? Rusty Canuck. 4 times. It's a 4 times server called Rusty Canuck. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good server. It's a custom map we're playing right now too. It's pretty cool map too. It's got a big mountain range on it, and it's pretty good. Rusty Canuck under the modded section. Go look that up and you can come on. Quite a few of us are on there now playing that one. So I missed it in the video. Oh, I missed it in the videos. You do now, Astroneer. Okay, this whole part doesn't make sense. Came out back on October 19th. By the way, it was my birthday and the Boo update came out. Thanks for the answer to my shed question. Oh, okay. To you from Brian Rutherford. Oh, okay. So some of that I didn't understand. I do apologize. But happy birthday anyways, October 19th, I guess. Hopefully that's right. But anyways, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sending that in. And the next one here is from Braden from November 8th. What would you do if the 110 is broken badly? 1, would you hire someone to fix it, or would you personally fix it? And 2, what would you dig graves with, and what was your first car? Oh, well, that's a lot of questions. So if it got broken, I'd probably, depending on what it was like a hydraulic pump or something really big and expensive, I'd probably have to try to get it to the John Deere dealership, or they do have like a mobile service that comes around. It's very expensive though. It's like so much per hour. Depending on what it is, you know, small things like a hose ruptures, I've fixed a lot of them myself. And what else? Batteries and stuff, you know, and quite a bit of it I could probably do. I wouldn't probably tear into an engine myself on that. They would probably just pull that one out, put a new one in if they still exist, if they still have them, and go with a new one. But I mean, you're talking that kind of money. It's not worth probably putting that into it now, right? I mean, that thing's a 2005, and holy cow, my math isn't that great, but how old is that now? Minus 2020. That's a 15-year-old tractor now, so simple math, I don't know, can't figure it out fast enough. I used to be able to, but I can't anymore. But anyways, so yeah, you know, it all depends. Like if it needed a hydraulic pump and it's like $2,500 or whatever for a hydraulic pump, I mean, is that really worth putting that money into it? Yeah, it might be. But depending on what it needs, like, you know, if something stupid happened like the let's think of something that would be bad, that would kind of end its life, we'll say. If all of a sudden, like the case, like the transmission case or something, like cracked and broke open, she'd be junk. You wouldn't fix that. It costs way too much to fix that, so you're better to put that, you know, $25,000 into another machine, right? So, so I would fix it to a certain point, but then I'd have to like, no, I can't do that. So some stuff you'd need special tools for too, right? So what is going on here? See, now you cursed me with the whiskers. They're bothering me. What would you dig graves with, and what was your first car? Okay, what would I dig graves with? I'd probably get a rental mini excavator, or like small excavator, not a big one because I wouldn't want the mess, and something that would dig at least 10 feet, we'll say, and use that. So I'd have to rent something, I guess, because unfortunately dead people don't stop dying, and just because the tractor broke doesn't mean I don't have to dig the grave. So I still gotta dig it. So I don't think I'd want to dig one by hand. Maybe in my younger years, but not now. I'd probably end up killing me with this gravel and rock and crap back here. I mean, I could. Oh, pardon me. Oh man, something's tickling my face. Sorry. I would probably do it with the Mini X, except it would take forever. I could put that 24-inch bucket on. It wouldn't be too long, but it. I don't know if I'd be able to go deep enough with that. My Mini X. It only goes like, well, 5.9 feet, I think they say, but that would be like straight down over the hole right in front of you, you know, so it's kind of dangerous digging like that. But I'd probably rent something. What was your first car? So I don't know if you're referring to what was the first car I bought or the first car I drove. The first car I drove, oh boy, I'm gonna have to think about this. I think we had my stepdad there, he had a 1986 Dodge Ram half-ton, but someone had put big tires on it before we got it, and that was the I think that was the vehicle I can't remember now which one I learned in. Huh. Anyways, that was the first. He was driving that thing back and forth to Alliston every day for his truck driving job, and it was costing him about 20 bucks a day in fuel then to drive that thing back and forth. So he's like, oh, this thing's killing me, do you want it? I'm like, well, I don't have a job really to pay the gas for that, but I took it anyways. He got himself a Jetta, and he'd go like 2 weeks on 20 bucks of fuel. Okay, what is going on with my face? I'm going to take my knife and just rip that right off. Anyways, yeah, so he gave me that, and yeah, wow. You'd fill it up. I remember this. You'd fill it up, shh, and the pump would click off, clink, you know, like it normally does. You could squeeze in another 20 bucks after that. I don't know where it went, but it's like, holy freaking crap. And you'd get like, oh, I don't remember how many K you get, maybe 450 on a tank, and that back then cost you about 60 bucks to fill it. Now it would be like 150 probably. Back in them days. Okay, something is really bothering me here. Holy jumping. What is going on? I don't know what's going on. Bother me. Anyways, first car. Yeah, that was the first car. Boy, I should try to remember this. So that was that truck we had, and then he had the Jetta for quite a while and pretty much wore it out. And then, oh boy, I think then I bought a Dakota, a 92 Dakota, regular cab. That's the one that we went to Florida in and got just into Florence, Kentucky, and it blew the transmission out of it. That was expensive, going for a vacation. My actual wife and I were just girlfriend and boyfriend then, but we were going for a vacation. I had relatives down there we were going to go see too, right? And then after that, I guess we got married in around 2000. And I bought a brand new Dakota because I like the Dakotas. I bought a brand new one with the V8 Magnum engine in it, and that was a good truck. It was lots of punch to it, 4-wheel drive, and then after that we kind of got into the family stuff. So we got her a car, and she got her license finally, and got a car for her, and I think that was the Corsica. Had that for a few years, and it just got to a point where it's like, holy cow, it needs like so much work. Basically the salt in the road and the rust just took over, so I'm like, okay, get rid of that one. And then we got the Buick. No, sorry. Then we got the Astrovan. And then I had got rid of my Dakota by then. We only had it for 3 years, and then I got we just had the van, I think, then for quite a while. And she liked the van, except it was a big vehicle. She said, I don't like big vehicles. So that's when I got my GMC Sierra that I bought that had like 350,000 kilometers on it. And I'm going to explain the whole car thing to you here so I remember myself. Just so you know. And so yeah, we had the Astrovan and the Sierra. And then the Sierra kind of went crappy, and I got her the Buick Allure. It was a pretty good car. It had electrical problems though, but And then I had the Sierra still, I think. And then that car ended up blowing a tranny in it too, I think, or something went wrong. She says, I just backed to the driveway, put it in gear to go forward, and it sounded like a bunch of chains rattling. Like, I'm like, oh, well, that's probably not good, so I'll just push her back in the driveway. And then we went car shopping, I guess, and between there and some, I can't remember the exact time I got from the Sierra into that red Ford F-150. It cost me a pile of money in the end. And then we got her the Toyota Corolla that she still got now. And then I got out of that red one into the silver one. That one started burning oil, and then I'm into the F-250. So that's where we are now. So that's the history of the vehicles I've owned anyways. Wasn't kind of exactly your question, but that answered it. But anyways, thank you for sending that in. Holy cow, we got to get through these. Next one here. Amara? I don't know if I said the name right. It's a nice name though. Amara. I like that name if I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't say it right, but anyways, I'm going to go with that. It says, hey Bill, my name is Amara and I'm from Alaska. That is one place I'd really like to go sometime actually. Go dig up some gold somewhere. And it says, I think I am your only female viewer. Ooh. I don't know about that. Apparently 18% of my viewers are female, just so you know. And I was wondering, why didn't you get a hydraulic auger for the front of the 110 TLB? And would Case JBC have anything to replace the JD 110? I don't know. I wouldn't probably go with Case because we don't have a dealership really around here, and we don't really have a JCB dealership here either anywhere. There's one like 2 and a bit hours away from us here, but I wouldn't probably go because it'd be too far away to get parts and filters and stuff, right? If I was to replace it with anything, it would probably be either, well, honestly, the only thing that's really close to me around here is Kubota stuff. John Deere doesn't really make a smaller kind of backhoe now that would be handy and good for me in here. They have like their big construction backhoes, but that would be like a little overkill kind of thing. And yeah, I don't have anything else. John Deere stuffs, they just don't have the Kubota are still making the smaller stuff, so that's probably what I would go with, honestly. And that question with a hydraulic auger. Now, what would I use that auger for? I don't really have a huge use for an auger, like a post hole auger, I presume you're referring to. Everybody says to me, oh, you got to get one of those for digging cremation holes. I'm like, yeah, the principle or the thought of it is really good there, but you got to think now you're spiraling dirt out all over the ground, and this is supposed to be a nice, neat and tidy area for people to get in and around. Now you got a big, you know, like molehill of, we'll call it a molehill of like dirt all augered up all over the place. So I don't know if I'd want to do that. Plus, if you're digging down on someone's grave, I'd do a lot of burials on top of existing graves. You wouldn't really want to be drilling into someone. So that's why I got the Mini X, take it all away, put it on the trailer, and it's all clean, neat, and tidy, and done. So that's kind of why I never got an auger. And I don't really do a lot of fence posts. If I was doing fence posts, that'd be perfect. Yeah, that would be awesome. But I don't do a lot of fence posts. So I've done a couple, though, little posts for some lights outside here, but did dig them with the Mini X, too. So anyways, she says, I have a website that has mods for all of the farming simulator games from 2013 all the way up to 2019. It has Euro Truck Sim, and a game think you would like is 7 Days to Die. Stay safe for us and your family. I think I have that game. I just haven't really played a bunch of it. 7 Days to Die. I think so. Boy, I have to look at my Steam library. I can't remember now, but... anyways, thank you for your question. I really like your name too. It's a really nice name. Hopefully I said it right. If I didn't, apologize. You can smack me. I'll let you. Anyways, on to the next question. Next one is from Steve-O. I think it's Steve-O. It says Steve here, but his email says Steve-O. It's not the Steve-O probably you guys are thinking of. Whoa, dude, that guy? No, it's not him, I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. That'd be awesome if it was. Anyway, it says, hi, Bill. My name is Steve, and I'm from Australia. I bet you it's a lot warmer over there than here, too. I hate your channel. Well, that's not very nice. No, he says. No, just kidding. I've been a big fan for many years. My question is, have you ever considered buying a lathe or mill for the workshop? I would love a lathe. I mean, like big time. But they're very heavy, very big, and I don't really have room for one. Unless I got another container, but my wife won't let me. So, I don't really have room for a lathe. So, I would love to get a metal lathe though for doing turning stuff, or, you know, I could, a lot of things I could do with it, I'm sure, but the shaft on the two end could have been repaired with a cheap lathe, and that is totally true. I mean, I could have welded it up and then put it on there, spun it, and got it back down to the spec to this pilot bearing again, right? That's what it would have to be. So, anyways, bonus question. Woo, bonus. What's your view on life? Do you believe in God or Creator? Okay, that's a big, big topic, and honestly, I really don't want to get into that right now. And what would be the most popular religion in your town? Cheers, Steve, and keep up the great videos. Boy, we've got like everything in this town. It's such a big town. There's pretty much anything you want to be this week, you could be kind of thing in this town. Do I believe in God, a God or Creator? You know what? I'm so on the fence about that. I'm just going to go over this quickly. I think I've mentioned it before in another question. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need a shave. I'm going to admit that. I don't know. I don't know what to say, if there is a God or not. I mean, you won't know until you get there, I guess. But, you know, honestly, my best advice is enjoy your life while you can, because you don't know what's on the other side, and there could be nothing. I don't know. I honestly, that's the only thing I can say, because I don't know what's over there. I don't think anybody else does that's, you know, been there or back. You never usually come back. If you did, well, you're lucky. I think you better enjoy your life, because I think maybe that's all there is. After that, I don't know if you just lay like one of these guys back here, or if there is something else after that. I don't know. I'll have to wait until I get there. Hopefully there's something, you know, they get all your hopes up, and honestly, I think all this is a lot of just putting people at ease to get through it, more than it actually is a thing. You know, can you imagine how much fear would be in people, and they're like, oh my God, there's nothing after this, I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna... That would be pretty bad, you know. There'd be a lot of people panicking all over the place. So I think that religion kind of mends that and covers it up. Oh, hello. I don't know, I can't tell you. But honestly, myself, I think you better enjoy life while you can, because I don't really think there's a whole lot after. I think you die, and I think it's a lot like when you go to sleep at night, you just kind of, and that's it. You know, you wake up in the morning, hopefully. But I think dying is just like when you go to sleep at night. You're awake, you're awake, you're awake. You know, you're watching a bit of TV, and then your eyes kind of do this, and then you're out. I think that's all it is. I don't think there's anything after, really, but I don't know. Like, I haven't been there, so I'll let you know when I get there. Maybe. I'll send a text. No, I don't know. Honestly, religion, I think, is a hobby for people. I mean, I don't want to talk about people back here too much, but I got people that come and they start reading these books and news and like papers and things, and it's like, holy jumping, who are you reading to? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of I don't knows in this question, but because I don't know. But anyways, the only thing is, I think you better enjoy life while you can, because that's, I think, what's after is nothing. So, but lots of religions, pardon me, in our town. My voice is starting to go. Cheers, Steve, and keep up the great videos. Well, thank you, sir. It's the first time I've been asked kind of religion stuff there, but I don't go to church or anything like that. Like, to be religious, I don't think you really need to go to church every Sunday. That's just I don't know. I don't really agree with that either. But anyways, on to the next question. This is from November 11th. A little bit more recent. This is from Kevin. He says, hello, Bill. Kevin here from Riverside, California, I believe, CA. What kind of formal education do you have for anything you do? I have been only educated to grade 12 and have a high school diploma. Never went to university, never went to college. I don't know, my brain's never worked good enough to go to anything higher than that, so I try to do what I can with what I got, and so far I've been pretty good, you know. Got a pretty good job here. I look after things, I fix things, I'm pretty good, you know, and never been educated in anything. The odd time I'll read a bit of stuff, but I think you're better just to get into it and try it. If you can find a diagram, like I got a book here from the 2N where I had to look at it and see, oh yeah, well that looks like a seal there, blah, blah. I had to figure it out, right? You can look through like books and stuff, and I don't think you're going to learn as much as actually doing it. So, but anything I've ever done, it's always been either stuff that I've kind of learned in school, like high school, like the welding stuff or automotive stuff. I did one semester of automotive. Kind of wish now I did a bit more of that, but I didn't. So, but anyways. Or do you mostly learn by hands-on and trial and error? Voice is going. Should have brought a beer out. No, I don't drink. Maybe a water or something. Anyways, sorry. Trial and error. I haven't had a lot of error, which is good. You know, stuff usually works out pretty good for me. I've always been really good at just using my hands and figuring things out. If I ever lose that skill, I am so screwed because I don't have the real brain for math or any of that crap, figuring stuff out like that. I just gotta kind of do it, you know. So, I mean, I built the shed. I had a bit of help for the roof stuff, but all the walls and stuff I built and put up myself, and I mean, it hasn't fallen over yet, so I must have done something right. But anyways, stuff like that. He says here too, I have family roots from the Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada area. Oh, would love to visit area someday. Keep doing what you're doing. Your variety of content makes your videos interesting. Well, thank you, sir. Niagara Falls is about 2 hours and a bit from me here, I think it is. 2.5 probably. Yeah, 2.5. Been a lot of years since we've been down there, actually. A lot of years. It's a pretty cool area if you've never been to it. Niagara Falls is pretty neat. But it's very expensive down there though. It's definitely a tourist area. Holy cow. Story down there. Last time, I think it was the last time maybe we were down there. We went dinner time. It was go to dinner, so we went into the town a little bit. And this is so funny. I should have said this to the person. We ordered our food, and they're like, "Oh, what would you like to drink?" I'm like, "I'll have like a ginger ale." Okay. And my wife's like, "Can I have a glass of water?" "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't serve water in glasses. It's bottles only." I'm like, "Okay." Look it up. They wanted like $6 for a bottle of water. I'm like, do you know there's 1 million bathtub fulls a second going down the hill down there, down the road? Can she just have some of that? Like, you don't have any tap water? And so we ended up getting the water, whatever. It doesn't matter, but I'm like, holy freaking crap, you can't give someone a glass of water? Really? Really? You guys are that, like, touristy cheap down here that you gotta nail them for that? And down there, and you can reject it, they'll actually charge you a tourist tax, believe it or not. And you can look at your bill, and it's like $8 for this tourist tax. What the frig is this? Get that off of there. Okay, yes, sir, we'll remove that. It's like, really? They just milk you down there. And it's not a very good place to go to visit, really, but there's a lot of neat museums. Wax Museum, the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum is down there, too, so it's kind of cool. Expensive, though. Last time we were down there, it was like $23 a person to get in, so we didn't do too many of them, but there's a lot of neat little shows and things little things you can look at, and haunted houses and stuff like that on the main street. It's pretty cool. Should go down there sometime and make a video. That'd be awesome. But anyways, so yes, that's Kevin's question. Hopefully I answered it for you. We are getting down to the last two, it looks like here. Next one is November 11th from Brandon. Says, "Hey Bill, this is Brandon from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I just have 2 questions for you. Number one is, have you always lived in Canada? If so, which cities? I have not left this town since I was born. I've been here, how old am I going to be this year? 42 this year, something like that. Been here all my life, never moved. Well, I used to live on the other side of town with my parents, and then I moved over here with when I married my wife. So, and then she's lived here for like all her life too. She's only moved. We had an apartment for a couple of years, or just after we got married, and we lived there for a couple of years, and then we ended up taking the job over here from her dad, and then moved here. So she's been here like 40 years, I guess we'll say. So now that the new Alpine DLC for Farming Simulator has been released, would you consider trying it out? Honestly, I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look into that. I haven't seen anything on that. I have no idea what it is, but I'll double check that. I'll check it and we'll see what it is. Thank you for everything you do and all of the hard work you put towards all these videos to entertain your YouTube family. I've been watching you since the beginning of your channel. Well, thank you very much for doing that. And it's my pleasure. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. So, that was from Brandon. Thank you, sir. We've got one more question. My voice is starting to go, I think. This is from Ethan. And this is from November 12th. And today is the 12th, so this came in today. It says, hey Bill, this is Ethan from Vermont again. So I recently got a set of torches like the ones that you use to cut steel, but I don't think that mine are set on the correct settings. So I was wondering what you have your gauges set at. Now, what do you mean you're not on the right settings? Depends a lot on the size of your tanks for one thing, especially the acetylene. You don't want to turn your valve open too much because you'll actually draw the acetone, I think it's acetone in the tank out with the acetylene, and that's like really bad. My little tanks, I really got to watch how much I turn them up. I can't tell you how much I got them set at, but we can go over and have a look. It also depends on what you're using on your tip. If you're using just like the little brazing torch ends, you really don't need a whole pile of gas turned on. But if you're using the cutting head, which basically has 4, and then one in the middle, I think, for the oxygen, 4 little flames, you'd have to turn it up a little more. And then if you're using the heating rosebud torch, if you've got one of them, which I don't think I should be using this on this small tank because I think it's drawing out too fast. That might be part of the problem, why I'm having problems with it. Because every other torch is fine because I don't turn it up as hot. But with that rosebud, you got to really turn it up a lot, and I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Oh man, good thing this is the last question because I'm losing my voice. But let's go over here. I'll pull you off the tripod. Now I haven't. There we go. I haven't had these. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get in here or not. I haven't. Oh, come on. I haven't had these on for a wee while here, so. Oh, let's see if I can get in here even. It's getting too old. Now, this one I'm not going to be able to see too well. But that's your adjuster there, right? And the adjuster for the oxygen. So this one, let's turn the oxygen on. Now this one's almost out. So I've got this set to about 70, no, 40, 50. Hold on, wait a minute, what the heck is this? I don't know what number that is. It doesn't make sense to me, but about 65 psi or so there maybe on the oxygen. The oxygen isn't quite as important. It is, but it isn't. The acetylene is the important one though. Another thing too, I'm going to show you too. When you turn it on, only turn it on about that much. And the oxygen on full, all the way. That's because if you have a problem, you can get to it quick and just turn it off. You don't have to, holy crap, and then finally turn it off. So you just want to basically crack it open a little bit. What have I got this set to? About, oh, what am I there? It's probably a bit higher than it should be, about 12 psi maybe. I don't know if you can see that or not. 15, so you're getting up to the red lines. You don't want to be that high. I probably got it set a bit too high. But it's about 12, roughly. Now, these aren't the best of gauges. I like I think the other ones with the little ball that floats are better ones. But, I mean, this is the one that come with my kit, so that's the one I've kind of been using. So, but anyways, let's put you back on the TP. So that's a big factor for what you're using on the torch end, what end you're using. Sometimes you can also regulate it with just like the little valves when you turn the acetylene on. You don't turn it on full blast, right? Because that's like the full 16 psi coming out. I just turn it on, just crack it open a little bit, and it kind of restricts it a little bit more, right? I mean, it all depends, again, what you're using for your torch end. Let me grab this heating torch here. I don't know why I'm having problems with it, but it has a lot of holes in it that it's got to feed. And I kind of think it's sucking the stuff out too fast. But I've tried both ways. I've tried turning the pressure down, and it still pops, and this whole thing gets hot, and it's like, holy crap, it's like it's on fire or something. I've turned it up more, and it was better, but it still did it. So I don't really know what's going on with it, but I'm probably due for a new one maybe, because I have used it quite a bit. But anyways, hopefully that answers your question. You're just going to have to trial and error with it. Maybe did your torch kit come with instruction booklet? Maybe check that out too. If not, maybe see if you can find one online. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question, and that is it for today. So thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and if you got a question, send it to billqa@yahoo.com, and that's in the description too. So, and the title, so you can use that. But anyways, that's it. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day. Send me more questions. I love questions.